Well, all right, everybody, we are back with TEW 9, the War of Immortals save. We are here running TNA, trying to bring it up with WWF Attitude and WCW Nitro, trying to become one of the top companies around. We are here with our first pay per view, Genesis 2024. So, as you can see, one of our pre booked matches already is the Monster Abyss taking on Desmond Wolf. So we are going to be crowning new champions. We will see the Monster versus Wolf and a whole lot of other things. So let's get right into this. I am going to book the show and I will be right back. Well, all right, everybody, we are back. We have the whole show booked, so let's head in to our first pay per view. Starting it off in a pre show bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd in subpar wrestling. Natty Neidhart, ODB, and Taylor Wilde defeated the beautiful people Lacey Von Erich, Velvet Sky, and Angelina Love in 10 minutes and 21 seconds when ODB pinned Lacey Von Erich with the diving Thez press. The crowd is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating got a 47, the crowd rating got a 36, and the segment got a 54. Taylor Wilde had a 39, ODB had a 60, Natty had a 62, Angelina Love had a 46, Velvet Sky had a 35, and Lacey Von Erich had a 37. To advance the Knockouts Reign storyline, the commentary quality lifted the match, the color commentary gave it a boost, and Taylor Wilde is still penalized due to the effect of going through personal issues. So let's head to our next pre-show bout. In a decent pre-show match, Cade and Murdoch defeated the Wolves at 13:26 when Lance Cade pinned Davey Richards with Sweet and Sour. The crowd is expectant and simmering. The wrestling rating was a 57, the crowd rating is a 35, and the segment got a 62. Trevor Murdoch had a 60, Lance Cade had a 52, Davey Richards had a 58, Eddie Edwards had a 58. Lance Cade debuted his redneck gimmick and it got an initial rating of great. Trevor Murdoch debuted his redneck gimmick and it got a poor. Davey Richards seemed off his game. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards had great chemistry when teaming together. They also have a tag team specialist bonus, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So let's head to our last pre-show match. In a decent pre-show match, Muhammad Hassan defeated Shannon Moore in 10 minutes and 22 seconds by pinfall with the finishing touch. The crowd is expectant and simmering. The wrestling rating was a 64. The crowd rating is a 50, and the segment got a 67. So Muhammad Hassan had an in-ring performance at 65. Shannon Moore had a 62. Muhammad and Shannon had pretty good chemistry, and it lifted the match. Mike Tenay and Don West had pretty good chemistry when calling matches together, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So let's head in to our opening segment of the show, which got a 65. I didn't expect much from this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Genesis. We are live from a sold-out arena, the Donald L. Tucker Center. And tonight we're making history with the first ever pay-per-view of the new TNA. I am the Professor Mike Tenay alongside my broadcast partner Don West. And Don, I've got to tell you, the energy in this building is absolutely electric. Mike, you're not kidding. This is a night we've all been waiting for. The night where TNA takes it to another level. We got championships on the line, rivalries ready to explode, and some of the most exciting matches you'll ever see in professional wrestling. I mean, look at the crowd. They know they're about to witness something unforgettable. That's right, Don, and tonight we got a stacked card, starting with our main event, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, to be decided in a triple threat featuring three of the biggest names in this industry: the phenomenal AJ Styles, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, and TNA's founder, Double J Jeff Jarrett. These three men are at the top of their game, and tonight they'll leave it all in the ring to claim the most prestigious prize in TNA. And if that wasn't enough, Mike, we got the high-flying intensity of the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. The best of the X Division will battle it out in a match that defines TNA. No limits, no boundaries, and just pure adrenaline. Absolutely, Donnie. We can't forget about the knockouts tonight. History will be made as Gail Kim, Mickie James, and Awesome Kong and Tara face off in a fatal four-way to crown the first ever TNA Knockouts champion. These four women are at the top of their games, and they're ready to prove why the Knockouts division is the best in professional wrestling. And Mike, we're kicking off the night with a bang. The TNA World Tag Team Championship will be on the line in a fatal four-way match. Four of our best tag teams in the world will compete to see who walks out with the gold. This is going to be a show stealer, and it's only beginning of what's promised to be an incredible night. From top to bottom, this card is packed with action, drama, and championship gold. This is the dawn of a new era for TNA, and you're all a part of it. So buckle up, folks, because Genesis is about to begin, and you don't want to miss a second of it. TNA fans, this is your night. The future of professional wrestling starts now, and let's get to the action. So the crowd is hot and rising. We got a 65, which is honestly a little bit better than I thought we were going to get. It has advanced all of our storylines. The commentary quality lifted the segment. The angle got the crowd hotter, and it got the show off to a strong start. So let's head into our TNA World Tag Title match. And it opens with a decent match. AMW, America's Most Wanted, defeated LAX, the Motor City Machine Guns, and our debuting tag team, Redragon, in 10 minutes and 57 seconds. In order of the elimination was Redragon first, then LAX, and finally the Motor City Machine Guns. America's Most Wanted win the World Tag Team titles. Bobby Fish was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else in the match. The crowd is white hot. The wrestling rating is a 63. The crowd rating is a 47, and the segment got a 72. So James Storm had a 66. Chris Harris had a 68. Hernandez had a 63. Homicide had a 62. Alex Shelley had a 71. Chris Sabin had a 66. Kyle O'Reilly had a 60. Bobby Fish had a 47. Bobby Fish debuted his No Gimmicks Needed gimmick, and it got an initial rating of great. Kyle O'Reilly debuted his Violent Artist gimmick, and it got a great. It advanced the TNA Tag Team Warfare storyline. Harris and Storm showed excellent chemistry. They got a tag team bonus. Hernandez and Homicide have great chemistry, and they get a tag team bonus. Sabin and Shelley are a great tag team. They got a tag team bonus. And Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly get a tag team bonus. Mike Tenay and Don West have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. And the commentary quality lifted the match, and this match got the crowd hotter. So let's head to our next segment, which got a 67. So after the match is over, AMW are celebrating, and music hits, and out walks Team 3D, who are making their debut here at Genesis, and they are confronting America's Most Wanted. So the crowd is hot and rising. We got a 67 from that. Brother Devon debuted his Extremist gimmick. It got a good. Brother Ray debuted his Extremist gimmick, and it got a great. It advanced the Tag Team Warfare, and the commentary quality lifted the segment. So now we have a new tag team that's coming in to hopefully, make an impact. So let's head to our next segment. I didn't really expect a whole lot from this either. Well, here we are, folks. Genesis, the night where history is written and legacies are born. And tonight I have the opportunity to make history by becoming the first TNA Knockouts champion. When I signed with TNA, I told myself this was my chance to prove to the world and to myself that I belong at the very top of this business. And what better way to do it than by walking out of Genesis with that beautiful championship around my waist. But don't get me wrong, I know this isn't going to be easy. I'm stepping into the ring with three of the toughest, most talented women in this business, Gail Kim, Tara, and Awesome Kong. Each of them brings something unique, something dangerous. Gail is a trailblazer. Tara is as fierce as they come, and Kong, well, let's just say she's an unstoppable force. But there's one thing I've learned in my career, it's that passion and heart can overcome any obstacle. And I've got enough passion and heart to fill this entire arena tonight. I'm not just fighting for myself, I'm fighting for every fan who out there believes in me and cheered for me and supported me through thick and thin. This is all for you. So tonight when the bell rings, you're going to see the very best of Mickie James, and I'm going to fight with everything I have and then some, because this isn't just about winning a championship, it's about making a statement that says Mickie James is here and I'm ready to lead the knockout division into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, history will be made tonight. And when the dust settles, when my hand is raised in victory, you'll be looking at your first ever TNA Knockouts champion. So sit back, enjoy the show, and get ready because Mickie James is about to make her mark on TNA history. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 50. The TNA Knockouts Reign storyline got advanced. The angle I used was a success. The commentary quality lifted it, and the color commentary gave it a boost as well. So let's head to our next match. In a wild brawl that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowds, Abyss defeated Desmond Wolfe in 12 minutes and 48 seconds by pinfall with the Black Hole Slam. Well, it's supposed to say slam. I don't know why it doesn't say slam. And the crowd is very hot at the end. The wrestling rating was a 69. The crowd rating was a 47. And the segment got a 75. So Abyss had a 73. Desmond Wolfe had a 65. It advanced the Wolfe versus the Monster storyline. And Abyss and Father James Mitchell had pretty good chemistry. So let's head off to our next segment. Let me get something straight right here, right now. When you're in the presence of the Pope, you better recognize greatness. Because what I do, how I walk, how I talk, it's all on a level that you, Matt Hardy, could only dream of reaching. Last week, Matt, I gave you a little taste of reality, you see. You walked into TNA thinking you could just ride on your past accomplishments, thinking this is some kind of retirement home for you guys who have been passed over. But now, playa, this is my playground, and you're trespassing. You think what happened last week was bad? Oh, Matt, you have no idea what's coming your way, because when the Pope finally gets you in that ring, I'm not just going to beat you, I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to expose you for the washed up has-been that you are, and then I'm coming to send you packing to wherever it is you came from. And the best part, the TNA faithful, they're going to cheer me for it because they know, just like I know, that this company is only big enough for one star, one name that shines brighter than the rest, and that's D'Angelo Dinero. Matt Hardy, you've got heart, and I'll give you that. But heart only gets you so far when you're stepping into the ring with the Pope. See, I'm faster, I'm stronger, and I'm smarter than you've ever been. And when we meet at it's not really Genesis. In the ring or wherever they want to sign the match, I'm going to finish what I started last week. No sneak attacks, no surprises, just me standing over you while the referee counts 1, 2, 3. So listen up, Matty boy. You better pray to whatever higher power you believe in, because when the Pope gets his hands on you, there's no salvation, no redemption, just pain. And when it's all said and done, the name Matt Hardy will be nothing more than a footnote in the story of how D'Angelo Dinero became the biggest star in TNA. The Pope has spoken, and Matt Hardy, your time is up. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 65. It advanced the Pope versus Matt Hardy storyline, and the commentary quality lifted the segment as well. So let's head to our next match. Not too bad. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, D'Angelo Dinero defeated BG James in 11:52 by pinfall with the Elijah Express. I don't remember what the heck the name is of the actual one. But the crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 59. The crowd rating is a 60. The segment got a 64. D'Angelo De Niro had a 51. BG James had a 66. BG debuted his cool gimmick and it got an initial rating of adequate. It advanced the Pope versus Matt Hardy storyline, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So let's head off to our next segment. Oh, that is so great. Thursday night on Impact, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I walked into that ring, I fought with everything I had, and I walked out as your new TNA Global Champion. This title right here, it's more than just a belt. It's a symbol of what I've always stood for, dominance. It's a reminder to every single person in that locker room. When Samoa Joe steps into this ring, he doesn't just wrestle, he destroys. But being a champion isn't just about winning the gold. No. It's about what you do after you got it. And let me make one thing crystal clear. I'm not going to be one of those guys who hides behind the title, who dodges challengers, who waits for management to tell him who he can fight. And that's not how I operate. I'm going to be a fighting champion, the kind of champion this company deserves, and it starts right here, right now. So here's the deal. I'm standing in this ring ready to go. If there's anyone in the back who thinks they got what it takes to step up to me, challenge me for this TNA Global Championship, then come on out and show me what you got. No politics, no games, just a fight. And trust me, you're going to need every ounce of fight you got because I don't take it easy on anyone. This is your shot, your chance to prove yourself against the very best, but let me give you a fair warning. When you step into the ring with me, you're not walking out the same way you walked in, because I'm not just here to defend this title. I'm here to make a statement. I'm here to remind everyone why they call me the Samoan Submission Machine. So who's it going to be? Who's got the guts to step into the ring with the global champion and find out firsthand why Joe is going to kill you? So the crowd is very hot. The segment got an 89, which is the best we've gotten out of anything. So let's head to the Global Championship match. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Samoa Joe defeated Sanjay Dutt in 14:38 by pinfall with the Island Driver. Samoa Joe makes defense number 1 of his TNA Global title. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 64. The crowd is a 56. The segment got a 76. Samoa Joe had an in-ring performance of 71. Sanjay Dutt had a 57. Mike Tenay and Don West had pretty good chemistry when calling matches, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So, originally the plan I had was for Joe to defend the title against RVD tonight. You know, a good challenger, somebody that he can make a name against. And Rob refused to put him over, no matter what I did. Made him look strong, gave him a little bit of a bonus for it. And he just wasn't going for it. So instead, we got Sanjay Dutt. And hey, it turned out to be a pretty good match. So we will just move on to our next segment. Well, here we are. Genesis, the first pay-per-view of the new TNA. And who else would you expect to be in the spotlight of the main event but me, the founder of this company, the king of the mountain? Jeff Jarrett. Now, I know a lot of you are probably wondering why I added myself to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. Let's clear that up right now. It's simple. TNA is my creation. I built this company with my blood, sweat, and tears. And there's no way I'm going to let Kurt Angle or AJ Styles, no matter how talented they are, become the face of my company. This championship, it needs a real leader. Someone who understands what it means to carry a company on their back. And that's me. Kurt Angle, you're an Olympic gold medalist, a wrestling machine, and one of the best to ever step foot in the ring. But you're also a man who can't seem to keep his emotions in check. And that's going to cost you tonight because while you're busy trying to prove a point, I'll be one step ahead, outsmarting you at every turn, just like I've always done. And AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Kid, you've got talent for days, and I'll admit, You're the future of this business, but you're not ready for this. You don't have the experience, the cunning, or the edge it takes to win a match like this tonight. You'll get a front row seat to the wrestling lesson courtesy of the King of the Mountain. This match isn't just about the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, it's about solidifying my legacy. It's about reminding everybody why I'm the man who started this company and why I'm the man who will carry it into the future. Kurt and AJ, you might think you've got what it takes to beat me, but tonight, you're stepping into my world. And in my world, Jeff Jarrett always comes out on top. So when the dust settles, when the final bell rings, and my hand is raised in victory, remember one thing. This is my show, my company, and my title. And there's not a damn thing Kurt Angle or AJ Styles or anyone else can do about it. Now choke on that, slap nuts. Slap nuts. The crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 76, and it advanced the AJ, Kurt, and Jeff storyline. So let's head off to our next match. Dang, that is so good. In a decent match, Christopher Daniels defeated Amazing Red, Black Machismo Jay Lethal, the debuting Roderick Strong, P.D. Williams, and Brian Kendrick in 14:57 when Christopher Daniels retrieved the X Division Championship in the Ultimate X match. So the crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 62. The crowd rating is a 47. The segment got a 74. Jay Lethal had a 69. Amazing Red had a 49. Christopher Daniels had a 69. Roderick Strong had a 49. P.D. Williams had a 64. And Brian Kendrick had a 69. Roderick Strong debuted as No Gimmicks Needed gimmick. And we got an initial rating of very good. It advanced the TNA X Division Mayhem. And the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So let's head off to the next segment. After the match, Daniels is blasted from behind by El Generico, and he hits him with his brain buster. So the crowd heat at the end is very hot. The segment got a 64. El Generico debuted as fun babyface gimmick, and it got an initial rating of adequate, and it advanced the X Division Mayhem. So let's head to the next segment. Oh, 77. I wasn't expecting that at all. Tonight is the night Genesis, the night where everything changes, the night where I show the world exactly why they call me the Phenomenal One. Because when the bell rings, I'm not just walking into the main event, I'm walking into the biggest match of my career, a match to crown the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion. You know, I've been with TNA since day one. I've wrestled in empty arenas, busted my tail in front of small crowds, and fought every single night to help build this company into what it is today. And now, on the biggest stage we've ever had, I've got the chance to stand at the very top, to hold the championship high, to prove that everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed has been worth it. But it's not going to be easy, I know that. I'm stepping into the ring with two of the best. Kurt Angle, your Olympic gold medalist. You've done it all in this business. And Jeff Jarrett, you're the founder of TNA. The guy who gave me my first big opportunity. But tonight, this isn't about what you've done in the past. It's about who's the best right now. And let me tell you something. Right now, nobody is better than AJ Styles. Kurt, Jeff, you both think you've got it all figured out. You think you can out-wrestle me, outsmart me, and keep me from achieving my dream. But let me tell you, let me make one thing clear. I've been underestimated my entire life. People have always told me I couldn't do this, that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't belong. And every single time, I've proved them wrong. Tonight will be no different. I'm not just fighting for that championship. I'm fighting for every fan who's ever believed in me, every kid out there who's been told they couldn't do something, and for every guy in that locker room who's poured their heart and soul into making TNA what it is today. This isn't just about me. It's about proving that hard work, passion, and heart can overcome everything. Kurt, Jeff, I respect what you've done in this business, but tonight, You're standing in the way of my destiny. And when that bell rings, I'm coming at you with everything I got. You're going to see why they call me the phenomenal one. And when it's all said and done, when my hand is raised and that TNA World Heavyweight Championship is around my waist, the whole world is going to know that AJ Styles is the face of TNA. Get ready because tonight I'm making history. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 77, and it advanced the AJ Curtin and Jeff Jarrett storyline. So let's head to the next match. Not bad. In a decent match, Gail Kim defeated Awesome Kong, Tara, and Mickie James in 10:04 when Gail Kim pinned Tara. Gail Kim wins the Knockouts title. Tara was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. The crowd heat at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 56. The crowd rating is a 48, and the segment got a 60. So Awesome Kong had a 60. Tara had a 35. Gail Kim had a 65, and Mickie James had a 62. So that advanced our Knockouts reign, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well. So let's head to our last segment. Tonight, it all comes to a head. Genesis, the biggest night in TNA history, the night we crowned the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And trust me when I say this, there's no way I'm leaving this arena without that title around my waist. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Jeff Jarrett. 2 weeks ago, you decided to stick your nose where it didn't belong. You blindsided me with that guitar, and then, add insult to injury, you weaseled your way into my title match. You made this a triple threat because you couldn't stand the thought of me becoming champion. Well, guess what, Jeff? All you did was paint a giant target on your back. Jeff, you could call yourself the founder of TNA, the king of the mountain, or whatever else helps you sleep at night, but tonight, you're not stepping into the ring with just anybody. You're stepping into the ring with an Olympic gold medalist, a wrestling machine. And let me remind you, Jeff, I made my career out of taking down guys like you. You think you're the smartest guy in the room. You think you got this all figured out. Well, let me tell you something. Nobody outsmarts Kurt Angle. And AJ Styles, don't think for a second I've forgotten about you. You're one of the best, no doubt about it. But this isn't your night, AJ. This isn't about phenomenal forearms or springboards. This is about grit, determination, and being the best damn wrestler on the planet. And that's me. Tonight, I'm not just fighting for a title. I'm fighting to prove a point. To prove that no matter what obstacles are thrown in my way, no matter who tries to hold me down, Kurt Angle will always come out on top. Jeff, AJ, you better bring everything you got because I'm bringing everything I got and then some. So when the bell rings, don't expect mercy. Don't expect forgiveness. Expect a fight. Accept pain. Expect Kurt Angle to walk out as the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And Jeff, after tonight, you'll regret ever crossing paths with me. That's not a promise. That's a damn guarantee. So the crowd is very hot. It advanced the AJ Kurt and Jeff storyline. The segment deserved better color commentary, but the segment got a 93. So let's head to the main event. In an exceptional match, Kurt Angle defeated AJ Styles and Jeff Jarrett in 17:43. The order of elimination was Jeff Jarrett, then AJ Styles. Kurt Angle wins the TNA World Heavyweight title. Kurt Angle carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. The crowd heat at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating was an 84. The crowd rating is an 80. And the segment got a 92, our best match so far. AJ had an 81. Jeff Jarrett had a 78. And Kurt Angle had a 94. And advanced the AJ, Kurt, and Jeff storyline. The creative finish that I used was a success. Mike Tenay and Don West have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together, and this match got the crowd buzzing. So, oh no, we have one more segment. I wonder what that is. So, Kurt Angle celebrating in the ring, and out comes Bryan Danielson. And he looks down at Kurt and says, "Hey, you got something I want. That World Heavyweight Championship. And it's going to be mine." So the crowd is very hot. Danielson debuted his wrestling machine gimmick and it got an adequate. And the segment got a 79 to close out the show. So let's finish up the show. And we got an 88 in the show didn't result in any popularity changes. So I'm not sure what's going on, why we're not gaining any popularity. But let's finish off the show. Address the locker room. We'll give a shout out to Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe. He's pleased, he's pleased, he's pleased. Financial report, we made $593,141. The media scrum, BG James. How's he fitting into the roster? Works. How hard he works. Apparently, he's taking Matt Cardona under. Oh, it's like a good pairing. Gail Kim won the title. Should we be expecting a long reign? Angelina Love and hate each other. Are you worried about? Trevor Murdoch was off his game. Everyone has an off night. Give him a break. Okay, so that is everything with our first pay-per-view. So I will see everyone in the next one.